Ward C of Ravenswood Hospital was known for its eerie atmosphere. Built in the early 1900s, it had a history steeped in tragedy. Most of the hospital's staff avoided the ward, especially after dark. But Dr. Lisa Morgan was skeptical of ghost stories and dismissed the rumors as superstitions. One stormy evening, Dr. Morgan was assigned to Ward C due to a staffing shortage. Thunder rumbled in the distance as she made her way through the dimly lit corridor. The flickering fluorescent lights cast long, wavering shadows, adding to the ward's unsettling ambiance. As she entered room 207, she saw a young girl named Emily sitting upright in bed, her wide eyes filled with terror. Emily had been admitted for severe anxiety and night terrors, and her condition seemed to be worsening. "Hello, Emily. How are you feeling tonight?" Dr. Morgan asked, attempting a reassuring smile. Emily's voice was barely a whisper. "He's coming. He told me he would come tonight." Dr. Morgan frowned. "Who told you that?" "The Shadow Man," Emily replied, her voice trembling. "He said he would take me away." Dr. Morgan felt a chill run down her spine but maintained her professional demeanor. "There's no such thing as the Shadow Man, Emily." "It's just your imagination." Emily shook her head vehemently. "He's real. You'll see." Trying to comfort the girl, Dr. Morgan stayed with her until she fell asleep. As she left the room, she couldn't shake the feeling that she was being watched. The corridor was empty, yet she felt a cold presence behind her. Determined to dispel her own unease, Dr. Morgan continued her rounds. She checked on each patient, the sense of foreboding growing stronger with every step. Suddenly, the lights flickered and went out, plunging the ward into darkness. The backup generator kicked in, casting an eerie red glow over everything. Then she heard it, a soft, raspy whisper coming from the end of the corridor. "Lisa, Lisa." Her blood froze. She had never told any of the patients her first name. She turned slowly, and there at the end of the hallway was a shadow darker than the surrounding darkness. It seemed to pulse and shift, humanoid but indistinct. "Who's there?" she called out, her voice trembling. The shadow moved closer, its form becoming more defined. "I am the Shadow Man," it whispered, "and I have come for the girl." Dr. Morgan's mind raced. She couldn't let this figment of darkness take Emily. Summoning her courage, she stepped forward. "You have no right to be here. Leave now." The Shadow Man laughed, a chilling sound that echoed through the ward. "You cannot command me. I am bound to this place, to the pain and suffering within these walls." Desperate, Dr. Morgan remembered an old legend about Ravenswood Hospital. It was said that the hospital was built over the ruins of an asylum where countless patients had died in agony. The Shadow Man must be the embodiment of their collective torment. Thinking quickly, she ran to the hospital chapel where she found a small vial of holy water. She returned to Ward C, the Shadow Man now hovering outside Emily's room. "Begone!" she shouted, flinging the holy water at the shadow. The Shadow Man shrieked, his form dissolving into a mist that dissipated into the air. The lights flickered back on, and the oppressive atmosphere lifted. Emily stirred in her sleep but remained undisturbed. Dr. Morgan leaned against the wall, her heart pounding. She had faced down the darkness and won, but she knew the hospital's past would never truly be at rest. From that night on, she believed in the stories. The Shadow Man might be gone, but Ravenswood Hospital held many secrets, and not all of them could be so easily banished.